So if people want to create this, they should look at these values, or you either have them or you don't.
Well, you take out the should, because that's an injected one.
Yes.
But just know that the hierarchy of their values is going to dictate their financial destiny, if they would love wealth in that form. Now, with that comes all the responsibilities of wealth.
Yeah.
People who don't have wealth think, well, when I get there, I'll be happier, more pleasure, it'll be easier. No. You have a completely new set of challenges.
Right.
I was sitting with one of the billionaires that live on the ship, and he says, him and his wife were chatting with me, and he says, I spend now at least as much time giving my money away as I did building it.
That's what I heard. I heard it's harder to give away than it is to make.
And you have to be very, very careful, because people will squander your money, and you have to make sure you put all the things in place and all the legal things to make sure that the charities or the people, the foundations, the universities you're building, or whatever it is structured wisely. So I'm now doing the same amount of work building it as I am now disseminating it.
Right.
And so people have this idea, and there's new sets of challenges when you have wealth.
Right.
Everybody's got wealth. No, that's new. Now you can, I just saw in South America, somebody who had a wealthy business or whatever their daughter got hijacked and ransomed.
Yeah.
You got kids that have become entitled. You got
relatives that want money. Any personal interaction you have, is it genuine? Because they might want something from you.
Yeah.
So is your reality even real anymore?
Yeah. So that's why some people just keep incognito. They don't say anything about their wealth.
I was in Dubai. I spent a lot of time in Dubai, and I met some of the founders of Ethereum, which is the second largest blockchain. And some of these guys are scared to leave the country, because they know they could be victims of a kidnapping because they have so much money.
Exactly.
And I thought, wow, you're a prisoner because of what others would regard as they would want more than anything in the world, your wealth.
There's a great video that I watched recently that is a real eye-opener on the pitfalls of wealth. It's really good. And I make all my students get that, so they have a grounding, non-infatuation, but a grounding, objective understanding of the responsibilities that come with wealth. And it's really good. It's basically an eye-opener for most people.
I would imagine.
And the trappings of wealth.
Right.
You know, because it has a series of questions at the end of the video that really helps you understand, does it run you or are you running it? And it's really good. Wow. And because you realize that you can be chasing something that you think is going to give you more pleasure than pain, and that's the amygdala. And that's what the guy said in the Hubert Hal Bancroft on his book, Book of Wealth, that as long as you have an attachment of positive and negative to it, it runs you.
Right.
Because it occupies space and time in your mind. When you finally transcend that and you're able to give and receive equally, you're freed.
How do you get out of a rat race? How do you create wealth not only for yourself, but also for the generations to come after?
I am absolutely amazed with the quality of companies that we're getting exposure to.
We go on to Zoom calls with the innovators and the folks who are building new applications in metaverse, blockchain, artificial intelligence, decentralized finance.
What's going on, everybody? Thumbs up if you can see me.
We are focusing on early stage investment.
And the quality of people that we're getting exposure to, whether it be Dan Tapiero with 1RT, Jason Ma from Open, Yatsu from Animoca.
It's been a phenomenal experience thus far. It has far exceeded my expectations.
We are focusing on cutting edge technologies.
I view it now as the best investment I've ever made. The upside, I view, is unlimited.
And as a retail investor, I would never get this exposure anywhere else outside of Investment Club.
See you in the Investment Club.
What's interesting, I wrote for Jet Set Magazine an article, I write for them, and an article on something that Bill Woods gave me when I was in the 80s. He said, you're not a millionaire until you can gain and lose $1 million without an emotion. You're not a billionaire until you can gain and lose $1 billion without an emotion. So I was sitting with Bill Pollack, who's a lovely guy that ran Drake International. And he's a very wealthy billionaire, very amazing man. He's dedicated his life since 1951 to build Drake International. Has, God knows, 300,000, I think, clients around the world. There's companies around the world that use his service. He's a really beautiful man. And we had a French restaurant in Sydney across from the Four Seasons. And at the restaurant, somehow there was his phone came in and the report on what the stock was doing showed up. And it dropped, not about 3/4 of a billion, not just under about 68% of $1 billion it dropped. His personal net worth dropped that day. And I watched him respond, and I said, what's happening? He said, stock went down today. On paper, it went down about 680 million. And I said, what's that like? He said, at one time, I would have committed suicide. When I remember when I first started doing it, when it would go up $100 or down $100, I would be emotional. Then it got to enough where going up 1,000, down 1,000, I'd get emotional. Then 10,000, then 100,000. Now I've had fluctuations of $1 million in a day, and it's not reactive. But it's only because that's accumulated so far that it's beyond the 10% rule.
That's a great rule.
Yeah, it's a good rule. I've been using it for all these years.
Wow, that's a great rule. So you're not that until you can go up or down that and still.
That's when you know that you have control over the money. You're not letting it run you.
It's that great line from the movie Fight Club where he says, the things you own end up owning you.
Well, that's what this movie's about, this video's about, that are you really prepared for wealth?
Right.
Most people are not, and therefore their fantasies will block them from ever achieving it.
And you could say the same thing about fame?
Same thing for fame.
Right.
I have another great video on that one. It's about 30, 25 maybe celebrities, and they all thought they'd be happy if they got fame, and then they all talking about what really comes along with it.
Right.
I mean, Lady Gaga and Cameron Diaz and all kind of people, they're all talking about what has been the trappings of that.
Right.
To help people realize that there's pain and pleasure.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.